Over the past few weeks, I've had a bunch of people reach out to me asking me why they should or shouldn't move to the Philippines. And while I have made a few videos about my experience living in the Philippines for 4 years now, including all of the good and bad things about it, there is one thing that I think people need to be aware of before coming here, and that is why so many foreigners are leaving the Philippines. Now, the Philippines has lost its charm slowly over the past year, and I really think it's important that people understand this before committing to moving here. In fact, every day I get more and more messages from fellow foreigners saying they are getting out of the country and then never returning. So today I want to share with you why they are doing this. I think the first reason has to do with what is happening around the world. The past couple of years have been difficult for everyone, and when things settle down, people start to travel again and see other places. They realize they no longer want to live in the Philippines. But truthfully, I believe there are 5 main reasons why expats are leaving the Philippines right now. Let's talk about them. 1. The economy. Many countries have had high inflation, but I think the Philippines has been hit harder than most. While it may not feel like as much of an issue if you live in Manila, it definitely feels worse outside the metro area where it can be hard to find work and everything is more expensive. For example, I live in Dumaguete City on the island of Negros, and I pay 139 pesos for $1. However, just 3 hours away on the island of Cebu, you would only pay 132 pesos for $1. That means I am paying almost $8,000 more per year to live here than if I were to live on Cebu Island. It's a huge difference. Inflation hasn't been helping this situation either. I used to be able to get a haircut for 250 pesos. Now haircuts start at 400 pesos. You get what you pay for, sure, but it's still sad to see prices go up and your money become less valuable. My solution to this problem is to move to an even cheaper island. There are plenty of beautiful islands in the Philippines with a lower cost of living. Number 2, traffic. Traffic in Manila is insane and everyone suffers because of it. Not only do people waste countless hours sitting in traffic each week, but the air quality in Metro Manila is extremely poor. If you have asthma or other respiratory problems, you are likely already aware of this. But having spent most of my life in America, which has some of the worst air quality in the developed world, I can honestly say that the air quality in Metro Manila is among the worst in the world. I truly believe that if you spend enough time in Manila, you will eventually develop asthma or other breathing problems. So if you are someone who values their health and hates sitting in traffic, then you might want to consider living in the Philippines on a smaller island. I mean, look at this. This is the traffic in Dumaguete City. It's barely even peak hours. You can sit on a street corner and watch traffic for hours. It's non-stop. 3. Garbage. There is no excuse for the amount of garbage that litters the streets of the Philippines. I don't know if it's a lack of education or enforcement, but regardless, it's a problem. There are even garbage collection trucks that drive around blowing a giant horn to announce their arrival. Yet somehow the streets are still littered with garbage. This is especially true in areas where tourism is high. Boracay is probably the worst example of this. I went there for the first time in 2018 and the place was spotless. In 2022, I went back and was shocked to see how dirty it had become. I couldn't even walk 5 minutes without stepping on trash. I mean, even the popular beaches of El Nido in Palawan are full of trash. I think it is absolutely ridiculous considering how beautiful this country is and how much tourism it relies on. No one should be stepping over trash to get a picture of themselves on a beach. I'm telling you, if you hate trash and hate stepping over trash, don't come here. 4. Scams and dishonest people. Unfortunately, there are a lot of scams and dishonest people in the Philippines. I mean, I've talked about it several times on my channel, from fake news sites trying to extort money out of me to taxi drivers taking advantage of tourists. Scams and dishonest people exist here. The best way to avoid them is to be smart, but you still might get taken advantage of anyway. I mean, I've been living here for 4 years, and I've had my fair share of problems with dishonest people. So just know that this is a real issue here. The easiest example of this is probably the motorbike taxi apps. These apps are great and super convenient, but they often take advantage of foreigners by charging them triple the price. Most of the time, they charge Filipinos half the price they charge foreigners. I could give you many other examples of this, but you get the idea. There are lots of scammers and dishonest people here, and you should be aware of this. If you value peace of mind and honesty, then you might want to reconsider living in the Philippines. And finally, number 5, attitudes. Over the past year or so, I've noticed people's attitudes change here. It seems like people are getting greedier and more negative. To be honest, I'm not sure why this is happening. Maybe it's the economy. Maybe it's just me getting older and being more sensitive. Either way, I'm noticing it more and more. You used to be able to haggle at a market and have a friendly chat with the vendor, but now you're lucky to get a smile from them. For example, I love going to this shrimp farm in Dumaguete, where they would always greet me with a smile and we would have a lovely conversation. I haven't been able to visit for months now because they stopped selling fresh shrimp and started selling frozen ones. They even installed a locked gate so you can no longer pick fresh shrimp yourself. I mean, look at this. This is the new system they have in place. You choose which bag of frozen shrimp you want, and then they give it to you. Before, they would let you choose the freshest shrimp you wanted, and you could feed them to the pigs yourself. But now they just care about making more money and don't care about customer service at all. Now, this is just one example, but I'm seeing this trend across the Philippines where businesses are becoming less friendly and more greedy. And I really think it's hurting the country. So those are the 5 reasons why I think so many foreigners are leaving the Philippines right now. But before you decide to leave, I think it's important to weigh the pros and cons. The Philippines is a beautiful tropical paradise with amazing people, incredible food, and breathtaking scenery. Don't let the negativity bring you down. Like anything in life, you get what you make of it. So if you are someone who embraces change, is easygoing, doesn't expect perfection, and enjoys challenges, then maybe the Philippines is the perfect place for you. On the other hand, if you are someone who values perfection, honesty, convenience, and peace of mind, then the Philippines might not be the place for you. Everyone has different needs and wants, so it's important to weigh them out before making a big decision like moving to another country. So that's it. Those are my thoughts on why so many foreigners are leaving the Philippines right now. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.